Hello, my crafty friends. This is Linda Edwards with Crafty Heron Designs. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I'm going to show you how to make this beautiful card today. It's a little happy birthday card. You mean the world to me. I just think it's a really beautiful card. We are using some of these colors that are retiring in the upcoming Stampin' Up! Catalog. So they are available through April 30th, although I'm sure that they're going to sell out soon because they are retiring and things always go really quickly at the end of the season. The big thing I'm going to show you is lots of little tricks. This is Vellum. I'm going to show you some things about stamping on vellum and how to adhere vellum so that you can't see the adhesive through it. So those are kind of the techniques that I'm going to be sharing with you today. I love this script. It's called Sweetly Scripted. I'm using the Happy Birthday, but as you can see, it's got several different options available. This is an online only. You will not see the stamp set in any catalog, but I love the different fonts. I think it's really beautiful, and you could certainly use any of these fonts on this card. Now the stamp set, the background, is the Botanical Layers stamp set. Some of you maybe got it during Celebration. It was available for a while as one of the free items. It is retiring, so again, this one will only be available through April 30th as well. It's got some great, some sentiments and also this great tropical layering stamp, and it is a cling stamp. So, and then lastly, the Nested Essentials dies. That's what I'm using to cut out the design for the Happy Birthday. So let's go ahead and get started. I want to start with the vellum first because we do need time for that to dry. Let's see. Let's bring in, I'm going to bring in a piece of scrap paper. Hopefully you can see that. I'm going to start with the, let me think. Actually, I think I'll start with the light color. It doesn't really matter, but this is Parakeet Party, and one of those colors that's going away. And I am going to go ahead and stamp. It's a little bit random. And I'm kind of stamping on the top and the bottom of this stamp, of this vellum. There. And I'm going to turn it around. Now, vellum stays wet for a while, so do be a little careful with your kind of overspray, I guess. So I started side to side. This one I'm going to start in the center. And I'm basically just kind of looking, maybe I'll do it that way, and adjusting height as well as width. So let me set that one aside, close that up. And now I'm going to bring in the Orchid Oasis. Now you do have to remember to clean your stamp in between. Excuse my reach under the camera. And I'm going to go ahead and clean my stamp so that I don't contaminate my ink. I just realized I forgot to give you all the measurements, but that's okay. I'll do that kind of at the end because I just want to get this in here to dry. So I am going to go a little bit kind of over the green, but it'll be okay. And I'm kind of trying to go kind of in between. There we go. And then turn it around. And let's see, I want my height here. And I'm kind of trying to alternate. You can see there's the green, and I'm trying to go kind of in between there. And I may just do like a little bit there and just a little here on my corners. Okay, I'm going to set this aside. Actually, set this aside. And then I'm going to bring in the layers. Okay, so my card base is, we're going to do more stamping, which is why I wanted to stop there. My card base is 8.5 by, 11 by 4 1/4. So it's half a sheet of cardstock, and I've got it the fold at the top, like that. Kind of making a mess here, aren't I? Okay, and then I've got 2 pieces of basic white. These are 5 1/4 by 4, so that's that standard layer. One's going to be for the inside and one the outside. And the vellum is 3 3/4 by 5. It's a little bit smaller than the cardstock. And then I've got 2 pieces of cardstock that are about 2 by 4. I've already cut this one out, as you can see. And I'm going to go ahead and stamp this piece, and then I'll be able to cut that out. So I'm stamping it also in the Orchid Oasis again. It's going to go over, and that's okay. I'm just kind of trying to have it kind of in the center of my paper, and when I go to die cut it, I will make sure that it's lined up properly. So that's going to be die cut. And now for the inside of my card, my sentiment, you mean the world to me. Okay, so there's a little embellishment there. Can you see that? Attached to my, let me test that out. Yes, attached to the block there. Okay, there we go. And then I'm gonna bring in, since I've got the blue, I'm gonna do the blue on the outside of the envelope. So let's bring in the Orchid Oasis and do this, like that. And I think I'm going to use the green for the inside. So I'm going to clean my stamp. What I should have done was stamped that one before I switched colors, but not a problem. Just make sure that it's good and clean so that you don't contaminate your ink. Close that. That aside, bring the green back, the Parakeet Party, and I'm going to go ahead and just do a little bit more stamping. Let's see, maybe this way, and I'm going to come up from the top and do a little like that. One more there. There we go. Just kind of give it a little there. Okay, so now again, letting that vellum dry, I could go ahead and put this on the inside. I am going to bring in my heat gun to dry that vellum, but I'm wanting it to get as dry as it can while I do the rest of this stuff, so that I don't have to have too much time on the heat gun with y'all. So there's the inside. The envelope is done. Now I need to die cut this piece. So I'm going to bring in my cut and emboss machine. And I'm just going to open that up. This is the smallest of the, I don't know what size, what is it, hexagon? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah, 5, 6 hexagons. And yeah, you can see that. So I'm kind of lining up. See the H and the Y? I'm just trying to make sure that I get those inside. And let's see, I think I need to look at it this way first. There we go. I'm kind of trying to keep it somewhat even. It doesn't need to be perfect, but I do want it kind of centered. There we go. Bring that down slowly so it doesn't move on me, and then just run that through the machine. Of course, you can use whatever sentiments that you already have. But I do love these, the script on these. That was one of the first things I saw when it came out with the online exclusives. And I knew that one was going to find a home at then the Crafty Heron studio, that's for sure. So we made these cards as part of my March card class. I do hold classes in my home. I'm in Greensboro, Georgia, the Lake Oconee area. If you're ever here, if you live here, or if you're visiting, would love for you to join me for a class. We have a lot of fun. I've got some great ladies that come on a regular basis. And yeah, we have a lot of fun. I do 2 classes a month right now. Most of the items are also available as a class to go. If that's something that interests you and you see a class, you're always welcome to message me and ask for a class to go. Okay, so I think I've stalled as long as I can. I need to bring in I need to bring back the vellum and dry it. So what I'm looking for, I don't know if you can see that. See how it's a little bit shiny? Especially like here, you can kind of see where some of it's done, but some of it's still a little bit shiny. So I'm going to bring in my heat tool. So maybe adjust your speakers. I'm trying to only hold in the middle where it's not, where there is no ink. I'm going to use my take your pick tool, and I'm going to start on the number 1. The heat tool has 1 and 2 or the low setting. I'm going to go ahead and start on the low setting, and I can see, I don't know if you can see where the darker blue and where it's kind of shiny, and I'm just, there we go, making sure that it is no shininess left. It's harder to see in the Parakeet Party because it's such a light color, but it's really easy to see in the blue, in the Orchid Oasis. So, maybe I'll do it faster, higher, just so that it's faster. But see how I can kind of turn this with my Take Your Pick tool? Because it's kind of stuck. And I can kind of turn it around. I've got this silver tray. I actually got it at Goodwill, for like $1. But it's kind of nice, protects your work surface. So that's, why I'm doing it on this surface. It also transfers some of the heat, because it's metal. It transfers some of the heat from both sides. So you get a good, it dries pretty quickly. All right, let's see the moment of truth. So, just in case, I'm going to go ahead and take this, and I'm going to put it under my paper and just kind of rub it a little bit because I just want to make sure that it doesn't smear. So, yeah, look, it was dry because I didn't get any ink on there. Okay, so now this is the next big secret here. Let's go ahead and do that. We're going to turn it over. And we're going to add adhesive to the back. The challenge with the vellum is that your adhesive shows through. So if you use glue dots or liquid glue, you'll see it, and I don't want to be able to see it. Now I know that I'm going to cover the middle part here, so I could just put glue dots in the middle. But I want the corners to be covered. So I'm using, this is a silicone mat, and this is a sponge that I've cut in several pieces, and I just have a little clip on it to try and save my fingers from too much adhesive. And you can see I'm using a fair amount of adhesive, and I'm just kind of smearing it on the back of the vellum. So because it's kind of smeared, you won't see it through. All right, I'm gonna put that aside. And again, I know that I didn't put any adhesive in the center because, you know what, let's turn that again because I might have adhesive on the paper. And now I'm gonna just basically line it up on the front of the card. That white. Oh, I got a little mush there, but fortunately, that is going to be hidden. What do I do there? I don't know. Okay, so get that out of the way. Bring this in. And now this piece is just going to go on the back of, or on the front of the card. And then I'm going to pop up the sentiment. I don't know about you, but I love this color combination. Oh my gosh, it is so gorgeous. And I will say that I saw this card. I am not the original designer of this card, and I cannot find the name of the demonstrator who did this. So, you know, if you are watching this and it's you, I would love for you to comment and to give you credit, or you know, text me or send me a message, and I will absolutely give you credit, because I just think this is beautiful. The only thing I really changed up was the sentiment, the background, the two colors. I just thought it was so beautiful. There was no room for improvement. It was just perfect the way it was. Okay, let's see. I pop that up on dimensionals, center it. I have something adhesive on my fingers. I don't want to touch my card, because you know what's going to happen. It's going to end up all over my card. All right, and then I'm bringing in, these are in color dots. I think this set is retired, but if you don't have these, you know, you can use, let me show you this. We'll use these instead. So these are the rhinestones, the basic rhinestones, and you can take your blends and you can color them. So if you don't have a particular color, just go ahead and color them, just using the green. This is actually Lemon Lime Twist, because I didn't have the Parakeet Party, but I'll tell you, they're so close that it works just as well. Well, let's see. So now I put down my take your pick tool somewhere, and I can't find it. I don't see it. Oh my gosh, does that happen to you? Oh, it's gotta be here, right? I don't know. All right, I guess I'm gonna have to use my fingers, because I don't have my take your pick tool. I was using it, wasn't I? I have the cover. I hope you're laughing with me, because this just drives me crazy when stuff like this happens. Oh, I found it. I put something else on top of it. All right. So I'm going to take one and put it in the center. And then I'm going to take the second one. These are the ones that I colored. I'm going to put it next to it. I find putting the center one in first helps me to get them pretty lined up pretty well. There we go. That's it. And of course, we've got the envelope and the card. I hope you learned a little trick today on working with the vellum. I love vellum, but it can be a little temperamental if you're stamping on it. So there are a couple of ideas for you on how you can use vellum in your next project. Thank you for joining me today. If you do not have someone that you are currently working with as a demonstrator, I'd love to be available to help inspire you to unleash your inner creativity. If you are in the market for a new catalog, if you don't have a demonstrator, I'd be happy to send you a catalog as well. That we've got a new one coming out in a month. May 1st, there's a new catalog coming out. So would love to send one to you. And again, if you're in the Greensboro, Georgia area, if you're at Lake Oconee, come and see me. Would love to see you. Give me a thumbs up, follow, like, comment. All those things really help other people to find me. If you share my video, that also helps other people find me, and I would greatly appreciate that. Have a great day.